back at it. So all I've done so far, took off the rocker boxes, pretty straightforward. Rocker box covers. So gonna take off the cam chest cover, little trick so you don't get oil all over everything. Even though oil drained out when it was warm, a little tin foil into the pan, so when you pop the cover, all the oil that's left in there goes into the pan. And so I got to do that so that I can spin the motor over. So put it in 5th gear, get it up off the ground. That little stand I got off Amazon has been a lifesaver. Put it in 6th gear and spin the motor over so that there's no pressure on your valves, which I'll show you that when I get to that. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So the reason you put it in 5th gear and spin it over, like I said, is so that you can spin the motor over easily. In 5th gear, it spins over the easiest. And what you want is you want to be able to spin your push rods with fingers, and that'll mean that you're not up on your cam lobe and you don't have spring pressure on your valves. So you don't bend anything or do anything wonky as you're removing it. And so after I get the rear one off, then I'll spin the tire over until I can, because right now I cannot spin. I can only spin the intake side, but not the exhaust side. So there is spring pressure on my exhaust on the front cylinder. So that's what that's all about. Well, rocker boxes are off. And I took those off first. I don't know if it makes sense or if it's even gonna work, but I took those off before the manifold because it looked like it would make it easier to get to the manifold bolts. So we'll find out, but that's all done. My little catch tray worked, and I am now officially further than I've ever been on a Harley, so learning as I go. Parts everywhere, so we got parts up there, I got parts on that shelf, and I got parts tucked over here, but everything looked good. Wear patterns on the push rods and everything looked pretty good. Rockers didn't have any weird wear on them. So I guess I should do a disclaimer. I am not a professional mechanic. I'm just some dummy in his garage who had a wild hair up his ass to rebuild a motor in his Harley. So I do have the factory service manual, and I am following techniques to the best of my ability. I am fairly mechanical, but yeah, so just so nobody thinks I'm trying to tell them how to do anything, I'm just trying to help people out and keep track of my journey. And if you're watching these, which hasn't been too many people watching them, but thanks for watching. And if you have any comments and things that can help me out and tips, I'm happy to hear them. Thanks.